Oh, squeeze it in there for me, as one would flour into a measuring cup. Oh, see now, my breasts stand out. See how my hair on my vulva, bata, just spit in the left palms. Again, I said. There's that echo inside of my head. The lyrics begin, echoing love poetry inside of my head begins to speak again, to fill a gap, insert the thing that caused it, block it up with other hand, twill yawn the more. You cannot so there an abyss with air of there's a spit and beware. Why do I love thee, sir? Because require of grass to answer wherefore when he pass. She cannot keep her place. The lightning never asked an eye. Wherefore she shut when he was by, because he knows she cannot speak, and reasons cannot be contained. Of talk there be preferred by dainter folk. Renunciation is a piercing virtue, letting go of presence for an expectation. But now, so well that I can live without, I love thee. Then how well is that, as well as Jesus approved me, that he loved me, loved men as I love thee. If he were living, dare I ask, and if her work were dead, and so sound the words I went meeting them afraid. I hint to changes, lapse of time, the surfaces of years I touched with caution, lest they slip, and choke me to my fears, the third to adjoining lives, adroitly turning out wherever I suspected graces. 'Twas prudent her. I fought, I fought, and I rushed with sudden force. In face of the suspense, was battery heat. My life just holds the trench. After great pain, a formal feeling comes. The nerves, ceremonious like tombs. The stiff heart questions. Was it he that bore, and yesterday or centuries before, the feet mechanical go around and around and around, a wooden way of ground or air or off, regardless grown, of course, contentment like a stone. This is the hour of lead, remembered of outlived, as freezing persons recollect the snow. First chill, and then stupor, then letting go. There is a pain so utter, it swallows me being up, then covers the abyss with trance. And so memory can step around across it upon it, as one within a swoon, go steady, with an open eye. We're dropping bone by bone. I tie my hat, I crease my shawl. Life's little duties do precisely, at the very least, were infinite to me. I put new blossoms in the glass and throw the old one away. I push a pedal from my groaning anchor there. I wait the time, 'twill be 6 o'clock. I have so much to do and get existence on way back. Stop struck my ticking boat. Got struck by lightning again while I'm spitting these poems, I said. I got struck by lightning again. I got that down this time while I'm spitting these rhymes. So I got struck by lightning this time. But can know, I try to know, the future which cannot be known, or what the Assyrian numbers say of your fate and my own. Put it away, don't waste your time. And winter will come on and break the lower sea on the rocks, while we drink summer's wine. See in the white of the winter air, the days hang like a rose. It droops down to a reaching hand. I take it before it goes, the music and incense and blood of the folklock, delighting plecketing the gods that guarded our Numita well, whose return safe and sound from the farthest west now. Showering a host of kisses on every dear friend, but none of us more than lovely Lamita, remembering their boyhood spent under the same master, their togas exchanged together. Their togas exchanged together. Don't allow the sweet day to lack a white marker to no end to the wine jars at hand. No rest for the feet in the stallion fashion. Don't let wine heavy tamales conquer our basses and drowning the Fresian draughts. Don't let our feast lack for roses, or the long-lasting parsley, or the brief lilies. We'll all cast our decadent eyes of the mallees, but the mallees won't be parted from that new lover. Of hers she's clasping more tightly than the wandering ivy, wrapping for eternity inside of my head. The voices begin again and again. never ending, I said. But not move the sturdy bedstead out of the rectal chamber, the room that master built with his own hands. Take it out now, a sturdy bed that it is, and spread it deep with fleece, blankets and lustrous froze to keep him warm. Put on her head, husband to the proof of the Odysseus blazed up in fury. But Odysseus blazed up in fury, lashing out at his loyal wife. Woman, your words, they cut me to the core. Who could move my bed? Impossible task, ever for some skilled craftsman, unless a god. I came down in person, and quick to lend, and spit again. Inside of my head, I'm like a slithering snake, I said. Spit in the endless raps, the slithering snake says. Never stop spitting the raps, the slithering snake says. I closed my eyes, wondering where I'd be without you in my life. And the moment I can feel that you feel that way too, is when I'll fall in love with you. And I can tell by the way you walk, that walk, and I can hear by the way you talk, that talk, that I can give you all the loving in the whole wide world. When I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, because you're so amazing just the way you are. Loving you whether time or good or bad, happy or sad. Take my hand, take my life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight when I'm with you, yes, it's true. Can't get enough of you when I'm with you, yes, it's true. Times Square can never shine as bright as you. What do you do? What do we do when the world stops turning? I already know all the lessons I'm learning. Either love me or hate me, please just give me something to feel alive. Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. Can we just feel this way together till the end of time? Can I just spend my life with you? But now you're in my whole life, and now you're my whole world. I just can't believe the way I feel about you, girl. I hope that someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Like love, like you mean it. Show me how to feel it. A dream of a lady like you. Yes, it's true. Not. Inside of my head, the voices and lyrics begin. Well, I never said but again. Maybe you let me when I'm gone, just rejoice every time you hear the sound of my voice. I'm looking down and you smile. I don't feel no pain. So baby, just don't feel no shame and just smile back. Hold me when I'm here. Maybe you let me when I'm gone. Hold me when I'm scared. I won't always be there. Maybe you let me, baby, when I'm gone. Just rejoice. Inspired by the ocean, the vastness of the sea is breathtaking. An endless source of beauty, a passion that dreams come true. Believe in yourself and strive. Unlock your full potential. Creative minds dream. Unlock your inner artist. Let the ideas flow. A heart beats faster. In your arms I feel at home. Love the sweetest bliss. Love is like a rose, beautiful but delicate. Handle with care, please. Soft kiss on my lips. Your touch ignites a fire. Our love forever and ever. Holding hands we walk our love. A never-ending journey side by side. And your loving arms. My fears and doubts disappear. Love a safe haven. Again, I'm rapping. The taste of your lips, a sweet and tender caress. I love a delicious treat. In the morning light, I wake up next to my love, a feeling blessed and warm. A love so strong and true, no storm can ever break it. Our hearts forever one. Your blanket, your love, a blanket covering up me with warmth and joy, a cozy embrace. Under the full moon, we dance, lost in each other. A love, a sweet escape. Your laughter, music, filling my heart with pure joy. Love, a happy tune. A love that blossoms like a flower in the spring, flower in bloom. In your loving arms, I feel safe and at peace. Love my sanctuary. Our love a treasure, more precious than gold or gems. A love cherished. Love a gentle breeze, carrying us through life storms. Our hearts forever free. I'm not coming down. I can never be what you wanted me to be. Pulled me under just to save yourself. I pulled you under just to save yourself. You can never be what you wanted me to be. Why indeed could I never be what you wanted me to be? You pulled me under just to save yourself. I wish I could remember that first day, first hour, first moment of your meeting me. If bright or dim the season it might be, summer or winter, for aught I can say. So unreported did it slip away. So blind was I to see and foresee. So dull to mark the building of my tree that would not blossom yet for many a May. If I could recollect it such a day of days. I let it come and go. as traceless as a thaw of a begone show. It seemed to me mean so little, meant so much. Only now I could recall that touch, first hand on hand, hand in hand. I did one but know. Well, there if I go, spitting notes into my phone. They never end if, don't you know? The endless notes in my phone, speaking to me, don't you know? Ever let the fancy roam? A pleasure never is at home, as touch sweet pleasure melteth, like the two bubbles, with when rain pelteth. Then let a winged, a fancy wander, approve a thought still spread beyond her. Open wide the mind's cage, a door, she'll dart forth and cloudward soar. A sweet fancy let her lose summer's joys, or a spoilt by use, and the enjoyment of the spring phases does its blossoming. Autumn's red, a lipped fruitage, a tube of blush and froth of a mist and the dew. Of the glories with tasting. Oh, what do we do then? Sit thee by the ingle when the sear blazes bright, a spirit of a winter night, when the soundless earth is muffled, and the cake now snowed is shuffled from the plowboy's heavy shoon. When the night doth meet the noon, a boom, 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 a baboon, and a dark conspiracy to banish even from her sky. Sit thee there and sent abroad with a mind self overwrought, fancy high commissioned, sent her she has vassals to attend her. Thou still unravished bride of quietness, though foster child of silence and slow time, Sildon, historian, who canst thus express a flowery tale more sweetly than our rhyme, what leaf ringed legend haunts about thy shape of deities or morals, or of both, in the temple of the tales, what men are gods are these, with a maiden's loaf, what mad pursuit, a mad pursuit, what a struggle to escape, what pipes and trembles, what wild ecstasy, heart melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter therefore, ye soft pipes play on, not to the sensual ear, but more endeared, a pipe to the spirit deities of no tone, fair youth, beneath the trees thou canst not leave thy song, nor ever can these trees be bare, a bold lover never canst thou kiss, thou when near the goal, yet do not grieve, she cannot fade through thou hast not thy bliss forever wilt thou love, and she be fair and happy vows that cannot shed your leaves, nor ever bid the spring adieu, and happy melodist, unwearied forever, of piping songs forever new, a more happy love, forever warm and still to be enjoyed, forever painting and forever young, while breathing human passion, far above, that leaves a heart high, a sorrowful and cloyed, a burning forehead and a parching tongue, who are these coming to a sacrifice, to what green altar, O mysterious priest, leadest thou that heifer, lowing at the skies, and all her silken flanks, with garlands dressed, what little town by river or seashore, or a mountain built with peaceful citadel, is emptied of this folk, this morn, and little town, by streets forevermore, wilt silent be, and not a soul tell why thou, our desolate, can ever return, an attic shape fair attitude, with a bread or of marble men, and maidens overwrought with forest branches and a trodden weed, thou, thy silent form, dost tease us out of thought, as doth eternity a cold pastoral, when old age shall this generation waste, thou shalt remain in the midst of other woe than ours, a friend to man, to whom thou sayest, beauty is truth, beauty, that is all ye knew on earth, and all ye need to know. Maybe you let me when I'm gone, maybe you let me when I'm gone, when I'm gone, maybe you let me when I'm gone, maybe baby you let me when I'm gone, maybe baby you let me when I'm gone, when I'm gone, maybe baby you let me when I'm gone, and just rejoice Every time you hear the sound of my voice, looking down and you smile, I don't feel no pain. Baby, just don't feel no shame and just smile back. Mountain part our ways, white clouds soar, where friends remain. We part ways, deep in the hills. At dusk, I close the wooden gate still. The spring grass, turn green year after year. Will you return, dear friend, or disappear? Let lie, bay, aboards the boat, ready to sail. But here's, seen it from the trail, a peach blossom. The lake is 1,000 feet deep, yet not as deep as the friendship I keep. I dismount and offer you wine, asking where you'll journey this time. You reply with a sigh, to the southern hills I lie. Rhyme out rhyme, clouds arise on the parting trail. Spare leaves flutter from the pavilion pale. Unlike geese that fly in a neat row, humans depart with hearts heavy and slow. Woe at east winds, bring rain and blossom. Hope whispers where hearts resume. Leaning on a high tower, the breeze gently flows. I gaze from afar, where spring sadness to the horizon grows. And the faded light mist and grass hues intertwine. We can fathom this heart yearning from the balustrade line, rhyme, red beans grow in the southern land. I gather them till full is your hand. They revive fond memories of love's ties that eternity see at 10 years pass. 10 years have passed, life and death apart, unthinkable yet unforgettable in heart, forgettable yet unforgettable by heart. I dwell at the river's head, you stay at its tail. Every day I long for you, though I cannot avail. We both drink Yankstees of flow. This bomb prevails. Never stop spitting a bail amid firecrackers. A year departs. Spring breeze bring warmth to our hearts. New peachwood charms replace the old. Welcome in the year with hopes untold. Snow blankets, the courtyard. Overnight, families gather, hearts alight. Spring fills the garden, unstoppable bloom. A red apricot, a branch escapes its room, the fruit of the loom. I'm rhyming in my forever rhyming tune. The sun beyond, the mountains glow. The yellow river seaward flows. You can enjoy a grander sight by climbing to a greater height. Wild grasses spread over ancient plain. With spring and fall, they come and go. Even fire can't burn them up again. They rise when vernal breezes blow. A jig of wine among the flowers alone. I drink with no companions. I raise my cup to invite the bright moon. Together we form a group of three, two orioles, seen in the emerald trees. A row of grat soars across the skies. The window frames eternal, snowy peaks. The door harbors 1,000 miles of sails. A stony path climbs the cold mountain air. In white clouds lie secluded home. Stopping my cart, I relish the maple woods at dusk. Frosted leaves rival the bloom of spring. Ignore the sound of the rain, striking through the woods. Why not hum a tune and walk at ease with a bamboo staff and straw sandals, laughter than a steed? But dear, a life of rain and mist and carefree indeed. The biting spring breeze, a sobers my drunken stare. My state proves chill, slanted. The sunlight on the mountain greets me straight. Looking back to a desolate scene, just past, returning now. Neither rain nor shine can last. Maybe you'll let me when I'm gone. Maybe you'll let me when I'm gone. Baby, maybe you'll let me when I'm gone. Just rejoice every time you hear the sound of my voice. Know that I'm looking down and you're smiling. I don't feel no pain. Baby, just don't feel no shame and just smile back. Well, maybe you'll let me when I'm gone. Baby, maybe you'll let me when I'm gone. There's up singing and spit and songs. I give all to love. Obey the heart of friends, a kindred days, a state good frame, a fame, a plan's credit and the muse, nothing to refuse. 'Tis a brave master, let it have scope, follow it, utterly hope beyond hope, high and more high, it dives into moon, with wings unspat, untold intent, but it is a god, knows its own path, and the outlets of the sky. It was never brought forth the mean, requireth courage stout, souls above doubt, valor unbended, such a twill reward, they will return more than they were, and ever ascended, leave all for love. Yet hear me yet, one more word, the heart hoved, one pulse from a firm endeavor. Keep thee today, tomorrow, forever, free as an eight wrap of thy beloved, clean with fire, life to the maid. But when the surprise, first vague shadow of sunrise, flits across her bosom young of a joy apart from thee, for be she fancy thee free, nor vow detain her vesture's hem, but hern a hem, nor a palish rose as she flung from her summer diadem. The vow loved her as thyself, as a self of purer clay, though her pardon dims the day, stealing grace from all alive. Heartily, no, when half gods ago, but gods arrive. I am here, and as a Ezeldel, I'm here in Ezeldel, but I am here neath your room, all wrapped in a Sibylla, in the mist, and the gloom, with my cloak close to me, and more bolder than doom. My guitar and my bright sword shine out neath your room. Do you sleep? With my songs I will sing you awake. If the old man should stumble here, then my rapier I'll stake. A slip up of a bay, those soft silken noses, to your balcony tied. Why delay? Why be clumsy? Is a rival nearby? I am here, and Zelda, I am here, underneath your room, all shrouded in Sibylla, holla, in the mist and the gloom. If thou must love me, let it be not, except for love's sake only. I do not say I love her for her smile, her look, her way of speaking gently, for a trick of thought that falls in well with time, with mind and sectors, uncertainties, brought a sense of pleasant ease on such a day. For these things in themselves be loved may be changed or changed, for they in love so wrought, but may be unwrought so neither love for thine own dear pities, wiping my cheeks dry. Creature might forget to weep who bore thy comfort long, and lose thy love thereby, but me for love's sake. That fervormore, which is flowing from the Polonian shore, spit and rhymes for evermore, stops rapping nevermore. Thou mayest love on, through love's eternity. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love you to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach. I'm feeling not to sight for the ends of being and ideal grace. I love you to the level of every day's most need by a sun and candlelight. I love you freely, as men strive for sight. I love thee purely, as a term for praise. I love thee with a passion put to use in my old griefs, with my childhood's faith. I love thee with a love I seem to lose with my lost saints. I love thee with the breath, smile, and tears all of my life. And if I choose, I shall love thee after death. Raps in a mess again and again, rhymes in a mess again and again, rhymes in a mess again and again. Well, two hearts and one home. I may not have the softest touch, I may not say the words as such, and though I may not look like much, I'll be better when I'm older. I'll be a greatest fan of your life. Let's love no, there's no goodbyes. Let's love like there's no goodbyes. I'd never lived before your love. I'd never felt before your touch, and I never needed anyone to make me feel alive. But then again, I wasn't really living. Don't wanna know another kiss, no other name falling off my lips. When you need a shelter from the rain, when you need a healer for your pain, I will be there time and time again. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life. I'm all strung out, my heart is fried. I just can't get you off my mind. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe, and Then I'm knocking on heaven's door. Won't you please let me in? I want to live with you even when we're ghosts. I want to live with you even when we're ghosts. Maybe I don't know that much, but I know this much is true. I was plus because I was in love with you. My dreams weren't my dreams. I'm running in your dreams. It's as if we wished at the same star. Heaven is the place on earth with you. Heaven is a place on earth with you, babe. Away goes the day. You drive me crazy all day. I just can't sleep. I'm so excited. I'm in too deep. Everyone comes with scars, but you can love them away. Let me tell you a story about a girl and a boy. He fell in love with his best friend. When she's around, he feels nothing but joy. I'm in love with you and all these little things. I love you like a love song, baby. I spent the ultimate love song, baby. I love you like a love song, baby, and I keep hit and repeat. We can go anywhere we want. I drive down to the coast, jump into the sea. Just take my hand and come with me. I take a piece of my heart and make it all your own. So when we are apart, you'll never be alone. You're stuck in my head, and I can't get you out of it. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. We've got that love, the crazy kind. I am his and she is mine. In the end, I am hers and she is mine. In the end, it's her and I. And I'd give up forever to touch you. I'd give up forever to touch you because I know that you feel me somehow. You're about closest to heaven that I'll ever be. And I don't want to go home right now. Pow. A meow, meow, bow, 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 wow, wow. And if you want to cry, I am here to dry your eyes, and in no time you'll be fine. I'm looking right at the other half of me. I am thinking of you in my sleepless solitude tonight. If it's wrong to love you, then my heart just won't let me be right. When I look at you, I see forgiveness, I see the truth. You love me for who I am, like the star holds the moon, right there where they belong. And I know I'm not alone. Maybe, baby, let me when I'm gone. Maybe, baby, let me when I'm gone. When I'm gone. Oh, just rejoice every time you hear the sound of my voice. I'm always looking down and you smile. I don't feel no pain, baby, don't feel no shame. And just smile back, a bright star. Would I were stead, as fast as thou art, not in lone splendor hung aloft the night, and watching with eternal lids apart, like nature's patient, a sleepless eremite, the moving waters at their priest like task, appear ablution around earth's human shores, or gazing on the new, a soft fallen mask, the snow upon the mountains and the stars, from afar, a pillow upon my fair love's ripening breast, to feel for over its soft fall and swell, awake forever in a sweet unrest still to hear her tender taking of breath, and so live ever, or else swoon to death. Maybe you'll let me when I'm gone. Maybe, baby, you'll let me when I'm gone. Maybe, baby, you'll let me when I'm gone. Maybe, baby, you'll let me when I'm gone. God's gift put men's best dreams to shame, which a scholar, poet, dreamer, and the rest, with stammering lips and insufficient sound, I strive and struggle to deliver right the music of my nature. All actual heroes are essential, and all men are possible heroes. I love thee to the depth and the breadth and height my soul can reach. Putting is all, parting is all we know of heaven, and all we need of hell. Girls blush, sometimes because they are alive, half wishing they were dead to save the shame. The sudden blush devours them neck and brow. They have drawn too near the fire of life like gnats, and flare up bodily, wings and all. What then, who's sorry for a nap? Well, girl, and yet because I left thee, I obtain from that same left this vindictive grace to live on still in love, and yet and then when we call life and condition of the soul, and the soul must improve in happiness and wisdom, except by its own fault. These tears in our eyes, these faintings of the flesh, will not hinder such improvement. I sought in gradual vision through my tears, the sweetened years, the melancholy years, through bows of my life, who by turns had flung a shadow across me. I would build a cloudy house for my thoughts to live in, when the far earth to fancy pose, lose, and to allow for heaven. Hush, shh. I talk my dream aloud. I build it bright to see. I build it on a moonlit cloud, to which I looked with thee. How oft we throw it off and think enough of life and so much. There's a cause for rupture. Herein we must break of life, or be ourselves unworthy. Here we are wronged, maimed, spoiled for aspiration, farewell life. And so, forward, babes, we hide our eyes, and then think all ended. Then life calls to us in some transformed, apocryphal, a new voice above us, or below us, or around. Perhaps we name its nature's voice, or love's trickle in ourselves, because we are more ashamed to own our compensations than our griefs. Still life's voice, still we make our piece of life. Rhyme, all day and all night. Inside my head, voices begin again and again. I said, my waters cannot quench love. Rivers cannot wash it away. If one were to give all the wealth of his house for love, it would be utterly scorned. Let the morning bring me word of your unfallen love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you and I entrust my life. People will not call you deserted anymore. They'll call you, no longer call your name, your land empty. Instead, you will be called one of the Lord delights, and your land will be named married one. That's because the Lord will take delight in you, and your land will be married as a young man's marries a young woman. So your builder will marry you as a groom is happy with his bride. So your God will be full of joy over you. Be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you. I'm speaking Christ to you. There are three things that amaze me, and no four things that I don't understand. How an eagle flies through the sky, how a snake slithers on a rock, how a ship navigates the ocean, how a man loves a woman, submit to one another, out of reverence for Christ, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far from above rubies. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Most important of all, continue to show deep love for each other, for love covers a multitude of sins. Again, and let us consider how we may spur one another on love, and toward love and good deeds, and not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. Never stop rhyming, Christ and rapping.